Hello,
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another episode of the Pakistan Experience. We have somebody here with us from Netherlands. Did I get that right?
Denmark, close enough.
But ठीक है, कौन से
Yes.
पाकिस्तानी को फर्क पता चलना है सर? स्कैंडिनेवियन
अरे यार सारे गोरे ही हैं ना सारे.
कहाँ हैं आप? कोपेनहेगन में?
In Copenhagen,
देखा,
exactly.
इतना जाहिल नहीं हूँ मैं. कम
Sir,
से कम
well done, sir. ये तो फिर आप मैट्रिक फेल नहीं करेंगे इस दफा.
नहीं, इंटरकोर्स किया मैंने. कैसे सर आप?
Yeah, I'm good. Summer is appearing slowly but surely here in these northern areas of the world. तो हल्की फुल्की सी धूप पड़ रही है, हवा चल रही है. आपकी तरह पसीने नहीं निकल रहे हैं जिस तरह के
यहाँ पर तो
everybody in Pakistan is dealing with right now.
कराची इज बर्निंग. और ये जो लोग थे ना, नहीं 27 डिग्री में कोरोना जिंदा नहीं रहेगा इस वक्त. तो जहन्नुम की गर्मी है एंड कोरोना जिंदा है. So I wish we find those people now and take them to task for that bullshit that they spread.
और उनको भी फिर हीटर के सामने बिठा देना कि नहीं बस 27 नहीं 47 डिग्री पे तब जाके मरेगा कोरोना.
I think लोगों की जो विशफुल थिंकिंग है ना, वो उन्होंने फैक्ट्स बना के प्रेजेंट कर दिए. जिसका जो दिल चाह रहा था ना कि नहीं जी, पाकिस्तान में कोरोना थोड़ी होगा, गर्मी से थोड़ी होगा, हमारी तो इम्यूनिटी है, हमने टीबी की वैक्सीनेशन, पता नहीं क्या क्या. अब they're just like, oh shit, क्या करें, कुछ भी नहीं है, might as well just open it.
That is I understand this whole process you go through क्योंकि this is such an unprecedented situation. ये कभी किसी ने पहले फेस नहीं किया. तो जारी बात है, in this total black hole of information, nobody knows what is exactly going on. Nobody even knows what this disease is exactly. तो उस context में जारी बात है, लोग अपनी फिर wishful thinking जो है ना वो सामने लेते हैं कि यार I choose to believe this or I choose to believe that.
एक पाकिस्तानी मर्द को ये बर्दाश्त थोड़ी हो सकता कि मुझे कुछ नहीं पता. हम तो सब एक्सपर्ट हैं. क्रिकेट अगर चल रही हो तो हमें क्रिकेट का सब पता है. इस वक्त सारे वायरोलॉजिस्ट बने हुए हैं. सो एक्सेप्टिंग दैट वी डोंट नो मच अबाउट समथिंग एंड मे बी व्हाट द एक्सपर्ट्स आर सेइंग, लेट्स रिलाई ऑन दैट. ये थोड़ी ना हमसे बर्दाश्त हो सकता कभी ना कभी.
नहीं, सही बात है. ये किसी से बर्दाश्त नहीं. तो बड़ा मुश्किल काम है यार. I sympathize with these poor fellows.
I have no sympathy because I think it's dangerous. You knowingly spread misinformation.
They will learn eventually.
But they
will learn eventually in a painful way.
मरवाएंगे, खुद तो नहीं सीखेंगे, औरों को मरवाएंगे, right? So if they recommend or send bullshit WhatsApp forwards कि नहीं जी कुछ नहीं है कोरोना वायरस, and a friend of mine works in the field, तो वो एक कच्ची आबादी की तरफ गया था and they said कि कोरोना वायरस तो एक गवर्नमेंट की साजिश है कि IMF हमारे लोन माफ कर दें. And I was like, ये सोचा भी कैसे इन्होंने? But the entire Kachi Badi Basti believes that. So
yeah, well, to be perfectly honest, when you have Twitler sitting in the White House और वो ऐसी बेवकूफाना बात कर सकता है, तो फिर यार कच्ची आबादी में जहाँ पे लोग अनपढ़ हैं, I mean, it's really not that surprising, you know. And the fact is, now I'm married to a microbiologist. My wife, she's doing a degree in human biology. So she is really deeply into the actual science of this disease. And yeah, she's like, this is crazy what's happening. जो साइंसदान बातें कर रहे हैं, ये हवाई बातें नहीं कर रहे. And even the साइंसदान who are very well informed, they don't know exactly how they are supposed to address this situation. तो हर कोई लल्लू पंजू जो अपने आप को वही virologist समझता है, this is a dangerous situation.
I think Tariq Ali से बात करके भी मुझे फिर ये realize हुआ, the more you know, the more humility you have about what you don't know. So if you talk to scientists, they're like, हमें नहीं समझ में आ रहा. Dr. Fauci, who's the head of viral diseases in the US, वो टीवी पे आता है, बोलता है हमें अब तक नहीं पता. और मैं चाचा बशीर हैं जिनको सब पता है कि जी क्या है, कहाँ से आया, क्या क्यों किया. आते हैं आज के टॉपिक पे जिसके लिए हमने आपको बुलाया हुआ है. There's been a controversy across the border and पाकिस्तान में बहुत आसानी होता है ना कहना कि नहीं जी दिल्ली. and by the way, trigger warning, we were discussing things that have been discussed which are of a sensitive nature, whether that be sexual assault or harassment. So we might use the R word, so please trigger warning for that. तो हाँ जी, अक्रॉस द बॉर्डर एक बॉयज लॉकर रूम नाम का ग्रुप था इंस्टाग्राम पे जो एक्सपोज हो गया है और उसकी स्क्रीनशॉट लीक हो गए. नॉट टू थिंक कि हम पाकिस्तानी सोचे इंडिया ऐसा है और इंडिया को हम रेप कैपिटल ऑफ द वर्ल्ड व्हाटएवर कहते हैं. हमारे भी वही हालात हैं. तो सर क्या आपके तासुरात हैं ऑन दिस?
यार असल में बात ये है कि this is not the kind of things that these boys are saying and the kind of things that they're sharing, ये तो सिर्फ इंडिया और पाकिस्तान तक महदूद नहीं है, तो पूरी दुनिया में होता है. This is an unfortunate consequence of an anonymous internet जहाँ पे कोई भी बंदा निकल के कोई भी बात कर सकता है without the fear of consequences. अब यही boys इनको मालूम है, if they had been my generation, मैं तो analog generation का एक हिस्सा हूँ. So there was no way, even if I had that mentality, यार मैं बहुत ही carefully मुझे I would have to gauge कि यार मैं किससे ये बात कर सकता हूँ, किससे नहीं कर सकता. Now all of these people have an opportunity to create a community, a sense of community where they're not geographically limited. तो इसलिए मेरे ख्याल से इनकी तादाद, they're coming together in bigger groups than they've ever been able to do so before. But this mentality that they're expressing, I know a lot of people have a tendency to say कि यार ये तो बस गंदे लोग हैं, ये जानवर हैं, ये वो हैं, फलाना मकाना. To me, I only ever see them as frightened little boys. ये छोटे boys हैं जो औरतों से, लड़कियों से, they have a great deal of fear and insecurity about themselves.
Yeah.
और उस fear और insecurity को externalize करते हैं. They pin it on somebody else कि जी औरतें ऐसी होती हैं, औरतों के साथ ऐसे सलूक करना चाहिए, औरतों को मारना चाहिए, फलाना मकाना. So this is, to me, as disgusting as this is, I also feel a little sorry for these people, these boys, because they're being validated in trying to address their own insecurities by being, shall we say it plainly, assholes about it.
Yeah. I think हम जब even अगर आप चलिए तो फिर भी बच्चे हैं, थोड़ा excuse, not that this behavior is excusable. It definitely speaks more to our society and the world that we're creating than individual actions. But even agar aap, when you think of the worst cases, right, something like Zainab happens, which unfortunately is far too common in Pakistan, far more common than we ever should let it be. हमारा reaction क्या होता है कि जी ये जिसने किया है इसको सड़क पे टांग दो. That's not the solution. Not that I'm against individual repercussions. Absolutely, yaar. Anybody who commits a heinous crime like that deserves to be punished. But will that cure the problem? Absolutely not. I think हम rape जब होता है तो it's very clear to us, right? बहुत ही कोई दुनिया में rare इंसान होगा जिसको वाकई कोई जहनी मसले हैं जो उसको acceptable है. Most people, whether they identify as feminists, whether they're against feminism, would stand in unison. ठीक है, इवन अगर जो लोग फेमिनिज्म को गालियां देते हैं, कहते हैं भाई असल इश्यूज पे क्यों नहीं बात करते, रेप हो रहा है औरतों का, देयर आल्सो अगेंस्ट रेप. पर जो रेप कंडीशंस होती है ना, जो रेप कल्चर होता है, हाउ दे आर कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टू दैट, दे डोंट सी दैट. दे डोंट सी के अगर जिस तरह फॉर इंस्टेंस दिल्ली का गैंग रेप वाला केस था, it was shocking when there's a documentary called India's Daughter. If you watch that, there's shocking when you talk to those people. One of the rapists says के क्यों भाई वो रात को घर से बाहर क्यों निकली थी. The other says कि वो अपने बॉयफ्रेंड के साथ थी तो उसको क्या मसला है. And when you listen to these justifications, you're just sitting there like, how do I even converse to this person? This person has lost all sense of humanity, because if you read the details of that case, an iron rod was used and their excuses are कि वो रात को निकली थी या उसका बॉयफ्रेंड है. You may not do that. You may not commit a crime which is as heinous and as terrible as this, but you may say the same things. So see where you stand, right? When you say things like औरतों को घर से बाहर रात को नहीं निकलना चाहिए, और when you say things like औरतों को ये कपड़े पहनेंगी तो और क्या होगा, या bullshit like मैं क्लास में जेंडर परफॉर्मेटिव पढ़ा रहा था तो एक स्टूडेंट ने बोला सर देखें खुला गोश्त आएगा तो चीलें तो अटैक करेंगी. इट्स जस्ट टेरिबल.
ये तो मिसाल जो है ना, लॉलीपॉप हो या गोश्त हो या जो भी कुछ हो, what you're doing is that you're actually comparing men with flies and dogs and animals. तो मेरे मुताबिक ये मिसाल सिर्फ औरतों की तौहीन नहीं है, ये हम मर्दों की भी है, because they are assuming and they're accepting a view of women as objects and of men as animals, neither of which is acceptable to me. But I want to get back to this point that you said early on, क्योंकि बिल्कुल सही बात है कि जब भी ऐसा कोई केस, ज़ैनब वाला केस, कोई भी ऐसा केस सामने आता है तो फिर लोग कहते हैं बस टांग दो उनको, उनकी चमड़ी उतार दो, उनकी हड्डियां तोड़ दो, उनका ये कर दो, वो कर दो. मेरे मुताबिक, again, like you said, I agree, you have to have some sort of punitive action for this kind of heinous crime. But ये कहना कि भाई when you have public executions तो मसला हल हो जाएगा, that's ridiculous. ये तो आप मसले पे एक हल्की सी चेपी, और वो भी गंदी वाली चेपी आप लगा रहे हो. You are not addressing the underlying issues. यही वाली बात I did another video last year sometime. वो जो दुआ मंगी when she was kidnapped. तो उस वक्त भी बेशुमार ऐसे जेम्स थे जिन्होंने यही बात की कि यार वो निकली क्यों हुई थी, वो अपनी फैमिली के साथ बाहर क्यों थी, ये तो गलती उसके माँ बाप की है को उसको निकलने दिया, वो अपने किसी बॉयफ्रेंड के साथ निकली हुई थी। और मैंने भी आगे से यही बोला कि यार if you are thinking that this is somehow the other excusable, क्योंकि यही लोग कहते हैं कि नहीं, I condemn the kidnapping, I condemn the rape, but there is no but, man. Yeah. There is no but. The second you bring in the but, it's the same. I'm not racist, but I don't hate women, but. Bhai, when you have to make this qualification means nothing as soon as you say but. So yehi idea, this is how we contribute to this toxic, this rape culture. जब हम औरतों के कंधों पे सारा बोझ डाल देते हैं कि भाई यार, if you are outside, then you are at fault partially. If your sleeves are till here or till here or till here, then you are at fault partially. आपके बाल नजर आ रहे हैं, आप किस टाइम पे निकली हो, then you are at fault partially. So you are somehow the other justifying कि यार मर्द तो मर्द है, मर्द अपने आप को कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकता, मर्द अपने आप को हैंडल नहीं कर सकता, मर्द को कोई गोश्त सामने, कुत्ते को सामने गोश्त नजर आ जाएगा तो कुत्ता उस गोश्त को खा जाएगा। भाई this to me is an unacceptable, ये हम हार मान गए हैं as human beings, as men, हम हार मान जाते हैं, कह देते हैं कि भाई यार we can't control ourselves. भाई then आप फिर अपने आप को अशरफुल मखलूकात कैसे बोल सकते हो? How can you think of yourself as the head of a household, head of a country, or to be in a leadership position if you think so little of yourself?
But they're lying when they say that. It's just an excuse to somehow try to defend behavior that's indefensible. So for instance, अगर आज सबका रोजा है, रमजान चल रहा है, मरते जी हम तो खुला गोश्त रखेंगे, हम तो कुत्ते हैं, हम तो छलांग मार देंगे, तो जाएं आप क्यों भूखे रहते हैं पूरा दिन? अगर आप इतने कुत्ते हैं, अगर इतना ही आपके अंडर कंट्रोल नहीं है कि एक औरत को देख के आपको खुला गोश्त नजर आता है, तो जब आपको भूख लगती है और सड़क पे खाना नजर आता है तो जाएं अटैक करें। इवन दो पाकिस्तान में तो ये हाल है कि सारी जिंदगी, सारा साल आप ऑडीज में चल रहे हैं, खाना खा रहे हैं, गरीब लोग भूखे हों, आप सामने से गुजर जाते हैं, लेकिन रमजान आता है तो नहीं जी। even though most of our population, probably more than 50% पे रोजे वाजिब भी नहीं है। either they're elderly, either they're sick, either they're women having their periods, मल्टीपल वजह से, या कोई सफर में है, या किसी को कोई बीमारी है, अस्पताल में है, लेकिन हम सारी दुकानें बंद करवा देते हैं। इनफैक्ट जब हीट स्ट्रोक आता है हम तो वाटर कैंप्स बंद करवा देते हैं कि नहीं जी हमारे सामने खाना भी ना है। सो मे बी दीस पीपल विल से कि नहीं हम तो तब भी जानवर ही हैं, वो हम बंद करवाते हैं इसीलिए कि खाना हो तो भी हम अटैक कर दें। बट आई मीन फॉर इंस्टेंस, अगर इफ यू कांट अफोर्ड इट, लेट्स से आप, मुझे चाहिए मर्सिडीज, मेरे पास नहीं है पैसे, मैं मर्द हूँ, मैं जाके मर्सिडीज बेंज का शोरूम तोड़ दूं, बोलो भाई मैं तो मर्द हूँ, मुझसे तो नहीं कंट्रोल होता। उधर आपका कंट्रोल है, खाने पे आपका कंट्रोल है, रमजान में आपका कंट्रोल है, यहाँ आपका कंट्रोल नहीं है। Where the liberty of another person at stake? It's literally you're robbing the other person of their humanity. It's literally like कि आप उनको इंसान नहीं समझते. You just think this is an object at this point. तो वो जो
I think actually
उसकी कोई बात नहीं करता है कि सारों साल हजारों करोड़ों लोग मिलके ऑब्जेक्टिफाई करें, सारी बातें करें, तो जो रेपिस्ट है, जो वो काम कर रहा है, उसकी जहन में जो चीजें डाल रहे हैं, जो कल्चर बना रहे हैं, आप उसमें किस तरह कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं और उसको किस तरह चेंज करना है, nobody really talks about that.
बिल्कुल सही बात है। I agree with this. और ये तो मुझे now again I'm approaching 40. I'm going to be 40 this year. And I've been young, man.
I'm 22. Pakistan. So as a 22-year-old boy, I think.
Sir, maybe you can hope to look like me once you reach 40.
I think at this point 22 साल तो सिर्फ इस दाढ़ी को हो गए।
नहीं यार, the thing is that this whole, I agree with you कि ये तो एक बहाना फिर बना देते हैं ना। It's a post rationalization कि when you give in and you say कि oh नहीं अब now I'm going to give in to this idea, into this urge, and then afterwards you tell yourself oh I couldn't help myself, or they couldn't help themselves. This is utterly, absolutely nonsense. And लोग हम यही करते आ रहे हैं। I remember myself as a 15, 16, 17-year-old boy in Lahore कि मैं भी यही बातें कर सकता था कि यार देखो अब I remember there was a friend of mine and I regret it to this day. मेरी एक दोस्त थी, she wanted to come to a cricket match in Gaddafi Stadium. तो पहले तो मैंने उसको मना किया था यार look just don't, I'm going with the boys. And she showed up anyhow because she had a ticket and she came and she was wearing t-shirts and a t-shirt and a jeans, और हुआ उसके साथ exactly वही जो कि unfortunately we have come to expect कि भाई ऐसे होना है. Cat calls, and I was basically as a bodyguard to make sure that she was going to be okay. तो वो आई है मेरे ख्याल से 15 मिनट बाद. I was like, यार, I can't handle this anymore, let's go out. अच्छा, हम बाहर निकले हैं, मैंने उस पर चढ़ाई करनी शुरू कर दी. Like, I started actually berating her that what were you doing here? Why did you come here? And I realize now that I actually wound up making her feel guilty for getting harassed. And the reason I'm sharing this example of my own is to actually let people also understand कि यार, this is how we do it. हम शायद समझें कि यार, we are caring for this because I cared deeply for her. And I was very worried about her. और सारी बात है, वहां पे जब लोग उस पे हमला करने की कोशिश कर रहे, तो मैं अपने आप को खड़ा किया था सामने, and I was putting myself between her and everybody else. But still, despite what I felt at the time, my pure intentions, I still contributed to the overall environment that says कि look, making sure that you don't get harassed is your problem. क्योंकि मर्द ऐसे ही होते हैं, लोग ऐसे ही करेंगे, तुम बाहर जाओगी जीन्स टी-शर्ट में, तुम्हारे साथ ऐसे ही होगा. And I think this is something that young people and old people, they should start realizing when it is that they're shifting the blame for a crime, for harassment, molestation, away from the molesters onto the victims. And I shamefully have to admit that I've done it myself. And again, like I said, the reason I'm sharing this is so that people also realize that you have to realize this in yourself and see your own attitude and reactions to how women are being treated, and realize where it is that you might be contributing inadvertently to this rape culture that we have.
Yeah, I think it's also कि the culture you grow up in, ना, जिस तरह हम शुरू में भी बात कर रहे थे कि यार ये 15-16 साल के बच्चे हैं और इनको वैलिडेशन मिल रही है, राइट? पीयर प्रेशर भी है कि अगर मैं जाकर कोई एंटी फेमिनिस्ट बात करूंगा, मेरे सारे क्लास वाले वाह बोलेंगे वाह यार ये क्या जिगर है, क्या मर्द है, मुझे थोड़ी वैलिडेशन मिलेगी, मैं और बोलूंगा. If our only solution is कि जी सड़क पे टांग दो सबको, 16 साल का बच्चा है, उसने कोई गलत बात की, just demonizing that won't help or won't change anything, and it just further divides them. अगर हम incel culture को भी देखें, involuntary celibacy, right? The most critical part of that is involuntary. They don't want to be, I mean, they are identifying themselves as involuntary celibacy. The idea is, जो आपने शुरू में बात की, कि अपनी insecurity. I feel that either I'm so ugly or I'm not enough that I will never find love, or I will never have sex with somebody, or no woman will ever have sex with somebody. So my solution is not to fix myself, is not to develop self-love, is to hate all women. Is to convert that into violence. Incel groups ने literally violence commit किया है. I think Canada में किसी ने बस एक लेकर on a women's march crash कर दी थी. It's
but there was also this guy, the guy that the incel groups actually hail as the supreme gentleman. And it was this young, very good-looking guy, and I'm absolutely sure that he was a closeted, repressed homosexual who, exactly because he was not able to function in this situation, lost his mind and went on a school and did a school shooting and killed himself. So, but amongst incel groups, he's actually considered the supreme gentleman, as some ideal to be lived up to. But there is one thing I want to say about these incel groups. I think just like all reactionary groups, just like all revolutionary groups, not that I would ever say what they're doing is in any way revolutionary, they thrive in being demonized. They grow when you're hating on them. They become a rallying point for the young and disaffected.
Cult में जो होता है कि जी सब हमारे against हैं, तो हमारे पास क्या है, हम. All we have is each other. Everything outside.
Exactly. That's how neo-Nazi groups they grow. That's how hate groups grow. That's how terrorist outfits grow. Is that they portray themselves as कि भाई बाकी तो पूरी दुनिया तुमसे नफरत करती है, लेकिन हम तुम्हारे से नहीं करते हैं, और हमसे बाकी दुनिया जितनी नफरत करेगी, that actually makes us stronger. That means we are right. So they thrive in this opposition. So my attitude again is this. At one point I was thinking that I should address this incel culture with the same fire and brimstone that I tend to do. मैं अपनी videos जब करता हूँ, तो I feel I come across as far more angry than I really am. But I decided to go to not do that, क्योंकि यही मैं उनको जितनी गालियां दूंगा, वो उतना ही अड़ जाएंगे. Not that I'm saying, again, not to excuse these boys or anything like that, but we have to address this issue by helping them realize that you have to love yourself because when you love yourself, we can love you also. When you love yourself, you will stop hating all the women that you believe owe you something.
Yeah.
So mere khayal se ye, this is something that on the feminist movement winds up shooting itself in the foot a little bit. Again, I'm not a leader in the feminist movement. I am just an ally, so I'm always qualifying what I'm saying in this.
But
I
वो ये ना
think
कि
that
आप
from this
कितनी
angle,
उन पे आप ड्यूटी डाल रहे हैं ना यार, कि वो अपनी मूवमेंट भी करें, अपने राइट्स भी करें, फिर ये थेरेपिस्ट भी बने. हर इंसेल की वही थेरेपिस्ट, मतलब इंसान है वो, कितना इमोशनल लेबर उनसे करवाएंगे आप, राइट? आई थिंक इट्स आल्सो इनकम्बेंट ऑन अस मेन, जिस तरह आपने शुरू में भी बात की यार.
एब्सोल्युटली.
I also talk a lot about this and I always say कि मैं मतलब कोई फरिश्ता नहीं हूँ. I have made mistakes. I will continue to make mistakes. I mean, obvious बात है कि मैं crimes नहीं किए या जिस extent पे ये लोग चीजें करते हैं, obviously उसके कोई करीब भी नहीं गया. And I didn't grow up thankfully in that culture के इसकी ले लें, उसकी ले लें, ये इसकी. In fact, if anything, I grew up in a more like homoerotic sexuality culture where boys school में हम boys को बोलते हैं हाँ तेरी गांड मार देंगे, तेरी गांड मार देंगे. That's the culture I grew up in. औरतों से तो हम लोग जरा दूर ही थे. हमारा कोई इतना they have cooties type scene था. इतना हमारा कोई sexual interest कभी था नहीं. And then you know you obviously had friends, so thankfully you didn't need to objectify women as such because then you made friendships with them and you could see them as human beings as opposed to just sexual pursuits. तो ये जो co-education नहीं होता पाकिस्तान में, we'll get to that, उसकी भी एक वो भी एक बड़ी वजूहत है कि आप healthy relationships across genders बचपन से नहीं बनाते.
बिल्कुल सही बात है. Listen, I agree with you this thing कि ये भी अब औरतों के कंधों पे बोझ नहीं डालना कि ये जो उल्लू के कान जो तुम्हें गालियां दे रहे हैं अब इनको भी तुमने ही समझाना है. समझाना तो हमने, मैंने और आपने. At least those of us men who can see the situation a little bit better than these frustrated young boys, ये हमारा काम है. But what I do think what doesn't help is when feminists actively, when on the feminist side we actively demonize these boys, not because they don't deserve to be demonized, but because it actually makes them stronger. It actually makes them bigger. So this is something that again I as a man can do, because I'm not the enemy. I am a man. I am part of the gender that they are supposed to be a part of, that they are trying to develop and define the masculinity for.
No, but
so
you're just
to
doing
do
it
that.
to
I agree
get
with that.
laid.
ये औरतों के कंधों पे नहीं डालना.
But you're just saying this to get laid.
Of course. But
of course.
that's also exactly what these boys want.
But वही है ना कि देख रहे हैं आप किस तरह उनकी mentality है कि I would only do things to get laid. So if this person is doing something, I would only do this to get laid. तो उनके दिमाग में और कुछ आ नहीं सकता. And like somebody like you who has children, who's married, अगर आप पे भी ये इल्जाम आते हैं तो फिर तो जायज है कि मुझ पर आ रहे हैं. फिर तो I'm like चलो ठीक है.
वैसे मैं बताऊं, शुरू में बहुत आते थे. शुरू में बहुत आते थे. But again, now this is something that people have backed off. Firstly, because I don't react to it. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. But secondly, also because when over time, क्योंकि मैं consistently जब मैं बात करता हूँ, मेरी कोशिश यही होती है कि मैं लड़कों से बात करूँ. That I am actually speaking to men out there. When somehow the other, the way I'm speaking, they realize, oh yaar, ye to, he's not trying to flatter women or trying to demonize men as a whole, but somehow the other is trying to at least identify some issues. At least I think that might be a reason I'm not getting these accusations anymore. But you just mentioned very shortly, I think कि एक वजह कि मैं इस mentality से relatively जल्दी निकल आया था, even though there was some misogyny that I had internalized, was that I went, once I reached puberty, I went to a co-education school. क्योंकि ये जो इंडिया में जो बॉयज इस तरह करके अपने वो क्लास फेलोज ही हों या इधर उधर की लड़कियां उनके बारे में ये बात कर सकते थे, one of the reasons I couldn't do it is because girls were my friends. यानी कि ये लड़कियां मेरे यार दोस्त, इनके साथ मेरा उठना बैठना था. I knew about not just what they look like or their figures or these things. I knew about their parents. I knew about their family backgrounds. I knew about their challenges, about their very basic human needs, desires, thoughts, feelings. So that humanized women to me. And I think जो बहुत मसला होता है, and I believe this happens on both sides of with both genders, that when you separate them, तो आपने अगले को एक और अलग मखलूक बना दी. और अलग मखलूक के बारे में आप किसी की तरह बात कर लें, You can talk about them any which way you want. But when you sit with them and they're part of your gang, when they're part of your gupshup, when they're part of your life, not just as sexual interest, but as friends, तो फिर आप उनकी इंसानियत आपके लिए भूलना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है. So I definitely am 100%. I would never ever send my children to a all-girls school, because I think that only messes with your head and twists your perception of the other gender.
Unless you're a born lesbian, तो फिर तो सेट है. उससे अच्छी जिंदगी कभी नहीं हो सकती. तो शुक्र है पाकिस्तानी पेरेंट्स सोचते नहीं है इस तरह से, वरना तो इंडिविजुअल होम स्कूल करना शुरू कर दें. बोले नहीं भाई आप ये सेक्स
यार
हम लोग सारे.
यार देखो, now actually
ये
I mentioned this last time we spoke. There is a college in Lahore, Kinnaid College. I used to be a debater. So there was a debate competition being hosted by Kinnaid College. I've never felt so objectified in my life. And I would find that to be just as problematic. I wouldn't want my daughters to come of age in an environment that sees men in what I would say is a very unnuanced way, and in a way that they are wo alag makhlook hain. I want my daughters to have friends, to be friends with human beings, irrespective of whether they are boys or girls. This is an important aspect.
I went to LUMS, तो मेरा लाहौर में तो अच्छा खासा experience है. I've also worked at LGS. I'm assuming rural areas में इससे भी बुरा सीन होगा, but particularly लाहौर में भी, because co-education schools कम है. I mean the best schools are either LGS or HSN. Even जब उनके events होते हैं ना, MUNs होते हैं, even the teachers have so many protocols कि जी लड़का लड़की यूं बैठेंगे, ये बैठेंगे. तो जब आप इतने रूल्स बनाते हैं ना, like for instance if you're a kid and you see do not walk on grass, all you want to do is walk on grass. तो जो आपने हजारों ऐसे रूल्स बनाए हुए हैं, it's almost becomes like a game to you, and you start seeing women as conquest. कि यार एक जेटी का लड़का है, उसके लिए अचीवमेंट क्या है कि भाई मैं आज 55 मेन के अंदर गया, या आज मैं 1A1 के अंदर गया, या मैं उसके बाहर था. या कोई HSN का लड़का है तो somebody girls are like, oh मैंने HSN का लड़का पटा लिया. It just becomes sexual, or it just becomes a conquest. कि आप boys, कल मैंने 3 बंदियां, इस साल तो मेरी 4 girlfriends. You're just thinking in terms of conquests that you're making, and they're like side characters in this game that you're playing, where you're trying to become some sexual god. तो वो फिर दूसरे इंसान की इंसानियत खत्म हो जाती है.
Yeah, I think absolutely, and I think it actually also fosters some really negative behavior. अब एक चीज में I have a family member, an elder family member, who lived in the UK, came back to Pakistan because his 2 oldest children were daughters, and he was like, Pakistan. I'm like, ठीक है, that's fine, अच्छी बात है यार, आप you want to come back where you come from. I understand that emotion. I went to a co-ed school, and I was like, my cousins need to go here. And he was like, nahin, LGS. And I really, my head exploded, because I kept trying to explain ki dekhen, when girls are in this environment, pehli baat hai, they actually become experts in manipulating the situation, in presenting a false front to their parents, in learning how to escape all of these rules that you are trying to create to monitor कि वो लड़कों से बात कर रही है कि नहीं बात कर रही, कि वो उनका लड़कों से कोई वास्ता पड़ रहा है कि नहीं पड़ रहा. So like you said, यही कि achievement है ना, कि to make your way into a girls school, achievement है to make your way into a boys school if you're a girl.
बेहतर नहीं है कि अगर आपको मतलब यही है, let's say आपकी इंटेंशन यही है कि जी हमारी बेटी की सेक्सुअलिटी तो हमारा प्राइमरी बिजनेस है, हमने सबसे ज्यादा यही प्रोटेक्ट करना है. Isn't it better कि आप उसको एक co-ed स्कूल में भेज दें, where उसके जो लड़के दोस्त हैं वो आपके घर भी आ रहे हैं, आपके साथ पले बड़े हैं, आप सामने देखा है. So like my friends from school whose parents I know, I mean I can't even think about anything, because वो literally इतना आपका बहन टाइप रिश्ता हो जाता है, because उनके पेरेंट्स मेरे दोस्त हैं. जब वो when they went to college abroad, I went and met their parents. I would just sit with them. Isn't that the best way? ये तो आप उसके जो लड़के दोस्त हैं उनसे ही दोस्ती कर लें, वो घर भी आए, सारी चिलिंग हो.
बिल्कुल. एंड जो मैंने भी एक्सपीरियंस किया है ग्रोइंग अप, कि जो दोज ऑफ माय फ्रेंड्स जिनके माँ बाप को पता, पहली बात है कि वो खुशी से उन्होंने अपने बच्चों को एक कोएड स्कूल में डाला, और दूसरी बात यही कि हाँ ठीक है, कौन है, किससे बात कर रहे हो. अब अगेन नाउ आई बिलोंग टू द जनरेशन जब हम मिस कॉल मारते थे लैंडलाइन पे, to get in touch with whoever you wanted to get in touch with. लेकिन जिन घरों में मैं फोन करता था और माँ बाप फोन उठाते थे, हम कहे can I speak to your daughter? हाँ, ये तो बात कर लो यार. They had a much healthier perspective not only of the other gender but also about themselves. और जो उनका माँ बाप के साथ ट्रस्ट था, जो खुद अपने of their own volition would stay within some boundaries set by their parents, yeah, that is a far healthier way to raise your children rather than forcing absolutely unreasonable rules on them and making them experts at getting around them. That's basically what you do when you put your kids in these all boys, all girls school, precisely to monitor and control their sexuality.
मैं शक्ल से बहुत शरीफ लगता था, so a lot of my friends parents were like, अच्छा चलो शहजाद है तो ठीक है, अगर शहजाद है तो ना. उनको पता नहीं था कि मैं अंदर से कितना हरामी इंसान.
मैं गोरा था, ठीक है ना. That worked also very nicely.
No, I think अभी मैं दाढ़ी शाड़ी भी हटा दूं तो you might be able to see it. I think I have like a baby face. Plus मैं like parents seem to like me. मैं अच्छा इंसान हूँ. They can see.
No, but listen, this is I think that this whole issue that we have of having of boys having this really negative, awful, terrible way of talking about women. The reason we focus on the boys is because we are living in a it's a patriarchal structure in which they have power. They have ownership over public spaces. They have greater agency, greater autonomy, and they are simply more powerful in society. तो इसीलिए focus इन पे है. कुछ लोगों ने मेरी पिछली वीडियो पे जब रिस्पॉन्ड किया, कहते हैं यार फिर आपने बात की है कि गर्ल्स लॉकर रूम टॉक भी होती है, उसके बारे में बात करें. मैंने कहा यार look, I am not trying and I have no interest कि आप जो बॉयज यार दोस्त आपस में गप मारते हैं यार, गंदी गंदी बातें करते हैं, गंदे जोक्स बोलते हैं, definitely say some things that you would not say publicly because that's part of being, you know, also when you're growing up, आप अपने लिमिट्स सर्च कर रहे होते हो, आप you test out the waters and you say some things that may be beyond some limits. तो ये तो ठीक है, ये इस तरह करके होता है. I'm not interested in controlling what happens in the locker room, but we have to find a way to instill some awareness amongst particularly the youth कि यार एक लिमिट होती है कि जहां पे आप अगले इंसान की इंसानियत भूल जाते हो, जब आप अगले इंसान को इंसान नहीं मानते, जब आप अगले के बारे में ऐसी बात करते हो जो कि you would not be able to stomach if they were being said about yourself or somebody in your family. This is necessary also to encourage all the silent boys. ये भी मैंने देखा है कि बहुत से बॉयज हैं जो कि इस तरह के मीम्स देखते हैं, जो कि इस तरह की बातें सुनते हैं और बस यार वो चुपचाप होके वो साइड पे हो जाते हैं. It's very important that we encourage these young men क्योंकि उनका moral compass है, उनके पास एक awareness है कि यार ये बात गलत है. But what they don't have typically is the social capital or the internal strength. It takes strength to take a panga with these meme boys and this kind of cool kids. Huh? तो उनको encourage करने वाला है कि भाई not being a misogynist is cool.
But then because then you become the target of the attacks, right? जिस तरह so मेरा schooling ये है कि 6th grade तक I was in city school which was co-ed, then 7th 8th 9th they're like ये लड़कों की खड़ी होनी शुरू हो गई है, इनको अलग करो, and then back to like A levels I went to Lyceum and then तो a lot of that ना देखो जिस तरह for instance I wasn't homophobic like I told you, हमारा तो कोई conception ही नहीं था ना उस time के homophobic कुछ होता है. Ironic homophobia होता था, like मुझे कोई बंदा एक बार स्कूल में आके बोलता है वो मुझे गे बोला है तो तेरी गांड मार दूंगा. I'm like तो इतना conception नहीं था हमारा. But अब let's say अगर कोई feminine है और सब उसकी मजाक उड़ा रहे हैं ना कि हाँ तो even if you want to stand up, if you're like a group of 30 boys, you're like यार अगर मैंने नहीं उड़ाया मजाक तो मैं इसके साथ हूँ, फिर ये बाकी सारे गैंग अप कर जाएंगे. So it takes immense courage. And जिस तरह हैरी पॉटर में भी डम्बलडोर ने बोला था कि it takes courage to stand up to your enemies, but it takes even more courage to stand up to your friends. तो losing that social capital. And recently एक बहुत interesting case हुआ जब हमने podcast की थी सोल ब्रदर्स के साथ, I think podcast थी मुइज के साथ. एक इंसेल ग्रुप हमारे पीछे आ गया, मेरी प्रोफाइल, मुइज की प्रोफाइल, they started attacking us. कोई उनमें से अच्छा नेक नियत आदमी था, he added us to the internal group, जो उनका internal group था जिससे रेड्स और अटैक्स प्लान करते हैं. So पहले तो मैंने देखा साइलेंटली कि यार मेरी प्रोफाइल डाल रहे हैं, मेरा कंटेंट डाल रहे हैं, टाइम कोऑर्डिनेट करेंगे, इस टाइम सारे अटैक करेंगे, ये वो. जब थोड़ा टाइम गुजरा, देन आई रियलाइज कि ये तो नॉर्मल बातें कर रहे हैं, राइट? लाइक अपार्ट फ्रॉम बीइंग लाइक इंसेल्स, दे विल टॉक अबाउट नॉर्मल थिंग्स. क्या कर रहे हो, फुटबॉल देख रहे हैं, ये देख रहे हैं. Ironically, there were a lot of women in that group who took part in that behavior, whether that be because it brings them acceptance in these groups, or whether that be कोई social capital उससे attached है, or probably internalized patriarchy. But a lot of their friends who were girls were quite fine with it, or at least were pretending to be fine with it. A lot of times ये भी होता है ना, स्कूल में आप pretend करते हो कि नहीं नहीं I'm cool with every joke, फिर घर जाके रोते हो because you're like I don't want to seem like a wuss. तो yeah, ironically ये भी होता है कि there's certain groups like these which are dank and memes, और उसमें लड़कियां होती हैं.
That I think young people are always trying to find a place where they can fit in.
Yeah.
And that whether it's in these, and again, outsider groups are particularly attractive to those who feel that they're outsiders. So I'm not surprised कि इसमें लड़कियां भी हैं that even in gay bashing forums and so on and so on, that they are homosexuals there also, closeted or otherwise, just to get into this, you know, it's like a black voter for Trump, man.
I know
Same
a gay
situation.
misogynist. मुझे बहुत एक unicorn feeling आई. कैसे हो तुम? He's gay but he's misogynist, and I'm like ये. And then उसके बाद से फिर मुझे काफी जरा और नजर आना शुरू हुआ. I'm like हाँ, ये है एक सब कैटेगरी है, होते हैं लोग.
नहीं, बिल्कुल सही बात है तो सही. But the point is that I think by having these conversations, and जो शोर मचता है, अब वही जो लम्स में डैंकमी में ग्रुप था, उस पे स्कैंडल खड़ा हुआ. यही अब recently I attacked another, I had a few things to say about another meme group in Pakistan, and then these guys in India. The purpose of making a fuss about it every time is to show that, look, this is the uncool thing to do. What we need to do is encourage precisely the occasional jo beach mein, somebody who can get past the fear of peer pressure, somebody who can get past the fear of being targeted by these guys, to encourage them ki, yaar, if you can do this, man, you're one hell of a man. Yeah. Ye hui baat. This is what people should be remembering you for. This is what people should be telling you, you are a damn cool guy for, that you are able to tell them, look, shut up. I'm not going to do this. This is no longer okay. I'm not going to participate in this kind of nonsense because I'm not okay with it. So I think this is what the purpose of these debates and these discussions that we are having is precisely to highlight that it really takes a man to stand up to your friends, to stand up to the mainstream, what may be happening, which sometimes the mainstream can be real shitty, right? So I think it's important to keep doing this.
Generally, तो I definitely believe paratha roles, not gender roles. लेकिन मैं भी जब talks करता हूँ schools वगैरह में, I also say this, right? कि जब I'm talking to young boys, कि यार थोड़ा redefine करने की जरूरत है. कि जिस चीज पे हम value डालते हैं कि यार मर्द बन, थोड़ा उसको redefine करने की जरूरत है. कि why can't you be kind? Why can't that be considered manly? Why can't you be empathetic? Why can't that be considered manly? Even though जो करो आप वो हो सकता है. आई डोंट थिंक हमें डब्बे बनाने की जरूरत है कि ये फेमिनिटी है, ये मैस्कुलिनिटी है. जनरली वो डब्बे तोड़ दो, जो करना है जिंदगी में करो, बट जस्ट टू इंस्पायर पीपल. एंड आई थिंक हमारे लिए थोड़ा ज्यादा आसान है. जिस तरह आपने बात किया, बुढ़ापा आ चुका है हम दोनों का. I think it's easier for us. It's easier for us having lived through this, having made mistakes, having learned from them, having had world exposure. हमारे लिए थोड़ा आसान है कि ये बातें करना. I think if a 16-year-old who's in school who might be bullied for saying this, it's much braver. Requires a lot more courage.
Absolutely.
And it has a much
again,
higher
I'm
price.
married. I have 2 kids. I'm set. I'm not. I'm not out there trying to make a name for myself in any way or fit into any part of society. तो मेरे लिए तो कहना बहुत आसान है. And I absolutely agree. I don't think 16-year-old me or 17-year-old me would have been in a position to say the things that I'm saying right now.
Same.
But again, at that time, वैसे भी, it was not something that could have been aspired to. उस ज़माने में ये कहना कि मैं feminist हूँ, यार, that would have been literally like a social death sentence. कि यार तू क्या फजूल बेवकूफ किस्म की बात कर रहा है? Because there was no place to say कि yeah, this is actually what this is manly. Nobody had ever said that. Nobody had ever said that, look, being kind rather than violent, that takes more strength. Being forgiving rather than vengeful takes more strength. These things weren't said. This was not how we were defining masculinity at the time. So yes, this is a matter of also redefining masculinity for young people to follow.
But there's also like behavior, right? I mean, obviously I also didn't identify as a feminist when I was 18, but I mean, I walked around in school with the flowers in my hair. मैं स्कूल में मेकअप कर किया हुआ है, कभी sexually harass नहीं किया, sexually assault नहीं किया, कभी किसी को dick pic नहीं भेजी, like, you know, all this terrible behavior that people partake in, you didn't take part in that behavior. So even if you didn't have the knowledge, you could still be like a gender bender or a kind individual or not be an asshole without necessarily knowing all these terms. It's बीच में एक हमारी बात हुई थी, आपको लोग जो कह रहे थे कि औरतों के भी तो girls locker room है. I think a fundamental difference is anytime a man says this comes with the potential threat of violence. I don't think you can ever equate that with a woman saying it, right? So even if a woman objectifies men, I personally have no issues objectifying men. I think
I'll take it, man.
नहीं, मतलब जनरल मैन आपने फौरन अपने पे ले लिया कि हाँ मुझे ही कर रहा होगा. अगर मर्दों को कर रहा है तो मुझे तो जरूर करेगा ये. मैं जनरल बात कर रहा था, ऐसी बात नहीं. बट वो नहीं आता, राइट? सो अगर आप कोई ऑलमोस्ट अगर लड़कियां खड़ी हुई हैं, कोई लड़का आता है, 4 लड़कियां बोलती हैं ओए चिकने, यू लाफ. See, like it's funny to us because it's so ludicrous.
We're not afraid.
Yes,
that's right.
Because if men do it even as a joke, it either triggers the potential for violence or there is actual violence there, right? So agar main mazak mein bhi kehta hu to they know me, they'll be like ha ha, but maybe somebody else has done something to them which is terrible and it might remind them of that, and just by virtue of being a man, you might trigger those emotions in that person. So it is not the same. Agar girls locker room exists bhi karta hai, it is definitely not the same, yaar. And there's
no, the girls locker room definitely exists, but I think this distinction is crucial. Wohi wali baat hai na ki bhai Kinnaird College mein, if I was feeling objectified, then it would be inside the walls of Kinnaird College, because as soon as those girls exit that gate, the role is completely reversed, because then it becomes a man's space that they are in.
Did you feel threatened? No, right? You felt objectified, but you didn't feel threatened.
But never threatened. Yeah, absolutely.
Distinction बहुत important है ना कि एक औरत अगर रात में अकेली घर भी चल रही है या बस में भी है, the objectification comes with the potential of violence, with the threat of violence. उसके पीछे वो है which makes it heavy, which makes even a look a lot heavier and a lot more threatening, even if it's not intended to be so. एक कोई theorist है, मैं उनका नाम भूल गया, उन्होंने एक theory लिखी थी कि औरत जो है ना वो अपनी जिंदगी इस तरह गुजारती है trying not to be raped. एक constant ख्याल होता है as a man. ये आपके जहन में नहीं आता ख्याल. कोई ये नहीं कह रहा कि मर्दों के साथ नहीं होता, absolutely होता है, स्पेशली बच्चों के साथ तो बहुत ज्यादती होती है, but even adult rape exists. पर मैं जब घर से बाहर निकलता हूँ ये मेरे जहन पे नहीं होता. It's not occupying even a tiny bit of my life, and the fact that every woman has to think that, whether they're taking an Uber at 4 a.m, whether it's something as simple as अगर न्यूयॉर्क में जिस तरह है कहते थे कि जी रात को अगर औरत घर आए, don't tie your hair, because फिर वो आसान हो, like tie your hair in fact, वरना वो खींचना आसान होता है. That's not a thought that would ever cross my mind, right? Keeping a whistle, things like that. So it just robs you of a part of your life every single day. And then when people say, ये भी किसी theorist का quote है कि जब औरत दूसरी औरत को ये कहती है ना कि यार तुम ऐसा करो उससे अलग, what you're really saying is make sure you're not the one getting raped. You're not against women getting raped. You're just like तुम बच जाओ वरना ये तो होगा. You're still accepting that. Not to say
that this is definitely going to happen to somebody.
Not to say that ill intention होती है. अगर कोई माँ बाप कहते हैं कि यार अच्छा चलो वो जगह सेफ नहीं है, I mean obvious सी बात है यार कि अगर आपको पता है कि एक जगह ऐसी है जहाँ सिर्फ हजारों मर्द होंगे, you're not going to be like हाँ बेटी जाओ. So they're not like, it's not ill intended. It's not like माँ बाप are like नहीं हम तुमसे नफरत करते हैं इसलिए तुम्हारे साथ ये कर रहे हैं.
What this does is that it kind of leads back to what we were talking about right in the beginning. A lot of the inadvertent ways that we don't actively support the rape culture, but we wind up enabling it. क्योंकि जब मैं as a father अपनी बेटियों को बोलूं कि यार नहीं तुमने इधर ना जाओ, तुम्हारे साथ ऐसा होगा, अच्छा बाहर जाने से पहले तुम इस तरह के कपड़े पहनो या तुम इस तरह करो, whatever it is, जो मैं हिदायतें देता हूं in order to make sure that they are safe. What I'm doing is that I'm monitoring and controlling and guiding their behavior. but put no pressure on the external circumstances that are actually forcing her to cover herself, to not be out past a certain amount of time. So ye bhi, again, not ill-intended, it's inadvertent, but it's very important that we as parents become aware of this. A small example is, for instance, I've very often heard this, कि लड़कियों को अक्सर बोला जाता है कि don't laugh so loud. And I'm telling you one thing, that this is the thing about my wife that I love the most. She laughs like enough to shake the windows 3 blocks down. And I want my children
not at your jokes though.
I mean, वो मेरी शक्ल देख के शायद उसको हंसी आ जाए, लेकिन बातों से कभी नहीं आएगी. But that's the thing, you know, that this is one of those circumstances where we as parents have to also be aware where we are clipping the wings of our daughters, where we are imprisoning the women in our lives. And by imprisoning them and limiting them, we are giving space for the rape culture to actually spread. तो ये भी बाप होते तो बहुत मुश्किल है ना अपनी बेटी को कहना, अच्छा चल, you know what, go in there, claim your space. क्योंकि हमें पता है कि उसको बहुत बदतमीजियां फेस करनी पड़ेगी, उसको बहुत मुश्किलात फेस करनी पड़ेगी, and she will be facing some threats that men will not face. But that is also a kind of courage that we may have to find in ourselves, or find ways to support them and protect them without clipping their wings.
Yeah, I think it's a balancing act. कि जिस तरह ये भी दिल्ली केस के बाद किसी ने कहा था कि the problem is not that she was out after 9 p.m. The problem is not enough women are out after 9 p.m. कि जिस तरह आप बाहर जाते हैं, नॉर्मल है ना कि आपको लड़कियां पब्लिक स्पेस में नजर आ रही हैं तो आप ऑब्जेक्टिफाई भी नहीं करते, आप सेक्सुअलाइज भी नहीं करते, कुछ नॉर्मल है, ठीक है. Even me, with all my beliefs, if I see a woman walking on the street of Karachi at 3 a.m., I'm going to stop and be like, ये क्या हो रहा है?
Yeah, what the hell is happening?
It's not normal, right? It's not कि अगर मैं ड्राइव कर रहा हूँ रात के 3 बजे कोई औरत सड़क पे चल रही है, I might stop, I might ask, I might, if nothing else, I might look a couple of times कि ये हो क्या रहा है. It's strange. Whereas in New York, if I'm walking home, फर्क नहीं पड़ता 3 बजे अगर औरत या मर्द जो भी चल रहा है, ठीक है, वहां भी केसेस हो सकते हैं, क्राइम भी हो सकता है, रॉबरी सब हो सकता है.
नहीं, और होता है. And women are also threatened in public space there. That's not it.
Everywhere,
but
yeah.
the extent is different. क्योंकि ये यहाँ पे भी when we moved here, my wife is Pakistani, so we moved here, and हम तो जब रात को निकलते थे, मैं फिर उसको कहा था, she started going to university. I was like, go out with your friends and everything. And उसका radar अभी भी पाकिस्तानी वाली चल रहा है, पाकिस्तान वाला चल रहा था. भाई नहीं, not past a certain point. नहीं यार, मैं ट्रेन पे अकेली घर आ रही होंगी. And that's what I was saying, that look, the overall norm here is that girls 14, 15, 16 alone on buses, night buses and trains going home, and there is an overall expectation कि भाई ये harass नहीं होगी. And yes, it happens to them sometimes, लेकिन because nobody expects it, अब यही लड़कियां, I remember my cousin also, she's my age, when she was 14, 15, यार उसकी expectation ही नहीं थी कि उसके साथ ये होना था. And that's why I believe a lot of the times it managed to create this aura around her and around her friends कि यार नहीं, इस तरह के पंगे नहीं लेने. लेकिन जहां पे वही बात है ना कि जब आप कराची में, लाहौर में रात 3 बजे लड़की बाहर निकले, तो फिर वहां पे लोग कहते हैं कि यार ये तो फिर किसी काम से निकली है ना, ये तो फिर
बैलेंसिंग एक्ट वाली जो बात है. सो लाइक अभी couple of people were here from Lahore, and कोई रात के 2 बज गए, we're just chilling, रात के 2 बज गए थे, and they're like, we're just gonna get a cream, and there were 2 girls, and I was like, नहीं. And I mean, general gender theory would be like, nahi, it's fine. But I know, right? You know. So वो एक chivalry भी आ जाती है उसकी. I was like, no, I'll drive and I'll go drop you. Maybe, I mean, honestly, speaking, मतलब unless कोई 2 घंटा दूर रहते हैं, even if it was guy friends, हमारे जो सारे दोस्त हैं, रात के 2 बजे बंदा दे रहा हो, तो I'll be like, I'll go and drop you. But अगर
वैसे गोरे नहीं करते ये बात है, ये मैंने नोट किया है. वो गोरे आपको कभी नहीं ड्रॉप करेंगे, ये मुझे पाकिस्तान में बड़ी अच्छी बात लगती है.
बट है पाकिस्तान. बट मे बी बंदों को मैं 90% इंसिस्ट करता, यहाँ मैं 100% इंसिस्ट कर रहा था, 95%, बिकॉज आई नो कि यार ये है, तो वो इधर और नहीं है. a lot of times you can do both. It's not like anybody who is taking any precaution or not taking a Kareem at night or not walking the streets at night is necessarily adding to the rape culture. It's not you can't push everybody to be that
No,
liberating.
but now the important thing here is, again, that what we as men do. Now, if a girl chooses that she doesn't want to take a cream and ask for a ride, then my job is to shut the hell up, because I'm not the one facing the threat, and I'm not the one to make the determination of what threat level she is facing. तो उस situation में मेरा तो कोई काम ही नहीं है ना involve होना. But the thing is कि जब वो खुद assess करती है कि नहीं, I can take a cream, then maybe it's worth thinking कि यार, okay, the fact that I'm feeling unsafe, the fact that I'm worried for her, should not actually prevent her from exercising her autonomy and her freedom of movement. So you know what? Let me find another way to assuage my own fear. Chal yaar, why don't we FaceTime all the entire ride home? Ye misal ke taur pe. This is an exercise that I'm trying to do as my daughters are getting older. How can I live up to my responsibility as a man and as a father, but without giving them the feeling that, I can't actually do this. Do you get what I'm saying? So the balancing act has to be in this, what can we do, not what women should do.
इस केस में मैं फिर sexist हुए बगैर ये काम करता हूँ, right? So even when I was in New York, friends would come. I'd be like, नहीं तुम्हें सबवे समझ में आएगा, लड़का और लड़की हो, I'll go drop you on the subway and then take back the subway. तो वो एक पाकिस्तानी chivalry है, which I would do that for both genders. But
for anybody.
But I
for
mean,
anybody.
Obviously, right? If generally somebody asks me, I'll be like, no, don't take a bike if you're a girl. But if you're a girl who wants to take a bike, absolutely do it. Like, करना है तो करो. It's good, right? You can't.
लेकिन वही बात है ना.
What I'm saying
है ना कि हम as
you can't berate somebody for not doing it, because it takes a lot. So for a girl to take a bike, जिस तरह एक मेरी दोस्त है सादिया खत्री, she started doing it, and this was जब बाइकिया launch हुआ था, and she faced a lot of backlash. अब फिर भी थोड़ा ज़्यादा normalize हो गया है. A lot of girls take, well, not a lot, but significant number take Kareem bike. हाँ, तो थोड़ा ज़्यादा normal है. But जब सादिया did it, और उसकी एक video आई थी, उसको बहुत जलील किया गया था. So it is your decision, but you also see कि इसके साथ आपको trolling भी आएगी, hate भी आएगी. तो somebody who doesn't do it, somebody who chooses कि यार बहुत गालियां पड़ेंगी, मैं नहीं कर रही, I don't need to break every barrier and face all of that, that's also fine. So but the idea is not to berate people who don't do enough. You should absolutely. But if
absolutely, again, we are not the one facing the threat, so we are in no position to make this judgment. It's very important, I feel, that again, as fathers, because there is so much of this well-intentioned restriction of women, this well-intentioned, really out of care and love for the other person, you wind up being penny wise pound foolish, because you in this immediate fear you forget the bigger picture. And that's where we as men have to also without generalizing, I think we are raised to see ourselves as protectors also. We are raised to see ourselves as responsible for the safety of the women around us, the women that we care for. But that feeling and that self-perception of that role does not supersede a woman's right to determine whether she wants to take the cycle or not. Right? So that's also where we have to curb ourselves and curb our own tendency to overcompensate, because when we do that, we are accepting that the world is crap and women will get raped if they go out, and therefore we also help define that space as a threatening space, rather than being supportive of women coming out and redefining that space as a place that they own also.
I think what also that perception does is create जिस तरह आप कभी कोई औरत के बारे में गाली भी दें तो लोग कहते हैं जी किसी की माँ बहन है. किसी की माँ बहन होना जरूरी नहीं है यार. Just the fact that she is an इंसान is enough for her to have human. So the fact that हम protectors बन जाते हैं और हमें लगता है कि जी औरत, घर की इज्जत तो औरत की सेक्सुअलिटी के साथ अटैच्ड है कि जी इसने अगर कुछ कर दिया तो बस फिर तो घर की इज्जत तबाह हो गई, अब तो फिर कारोकारी भी होगी, ऑनर किलिंग भी होगी. What you end up also doing is figuring out which women are yours to protect, which in worse means that every woman outside of this box is a free for all.
बिल्कुल सही बात।
तो अब फिर कॉन्क्वेस्ट है ना कि यार या तो मेरी माँ बहन है या तो दोस्त की गर्लफ्रेंड है, भाभी है, बाकी तो फिर सारा खुला
और
खाता है।
उनके साथ जो करना है करो,
हाँ
because they're not yours. और
या
वही फिर you are solidifying this idea of male ownership of women. ये this is one thing I've been very very careful. I get very irritated when people जब मेरे से argue करते हैं मेरे पेज पे वगैरह, तो कहते हैं ना कि our women, हमारी औरतें. I don't think I've ever spoken about the women of Pakistan as हमारी औरतें. भाई हमारी नहीं है, वो औरतें हैं और वो हमारे दोस्त हैं. You know, so I again take great care not to use language that places me in some sort of ownership position over women because I'm a man. तो ये भी मैं लोगों को कहता हूँ कि यार नहीं, हमारी औरतें कोई नहीं, औरतें हैं, वो हमारी दोस्तें हो सकती हैं, वो हमारी माँ बहन, और you have a ton of other relational words that you can use to define women, but हमारी औरतें कोई चीज नहीं. You don't or we don't as a gender own anybody.
जिस तरह अभी हया मार्च भी हुई थी, तो कोई मौलवी साहब टीवी स्टेज पे खड़े हुए, ये देखें हमारी सारी औरतें आई हुई हैं, हया के लिए खड़ी हुई हैं. हम लाइक, तो आप क्यों बोल रहे हैं भाई? उनको आपने सिर्फ शोपीस रखा हुआ है कि ये देखें हमारी औरतें, हमारी औरतें चाहती हैं ये सब.
भाई this is what I also said about the Aurat March. Okay, look, this is a success. Even the Haya March is a success for the purpose of the Aurat March. क्योंकि औरत मार्च का मकसद ये था कि औरतें बाहर निकल के अपनी आवाज बुलंद करें. What they say is immaterial. It's a matter of them coming out and making their voices known and heard and establishing what they want. Now, whether they want to wear a hijab or they don't want to wear a hijab, भाई हम कौन है उसके बारे में बात करने वाले. So on either side of that पर्दा in Islamabad, except for the wackos जिन्होंने पथराव करना शुरू किया, actually both sides were the Aurat March with different perspectives, but they were women claiming their public space. So ये भी जब मैंने ये बात की थी, बहुत लोग तब गए थे कि because you are invalidating the bloody Haya March.
So अच्छा, so इसमें फिर एक interesting dynamic internalized patriarchy का भी है ना. So for instance, like अगर आप कुछ बात करते हैं और कोई औरत आके कमेंट करती है कि नहीं जी मर्द का तो काम है, हो जाता है. जिस तरह मे बी रेप अपॉलोजिस्ट इतने ना हो, बट डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस के बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं, राइट? सो इफ अ वुमन कम्स एंड सेज कि नहीं, लेट्स से यू आर इन अ प्लेस विद पाकिस्तानी फुप्पो आंटी टाइप्स और 100 फुप्पोएं बैठी हुई हैं, एंड यू आर लाइक नहीं, मर्द को नहीं मानना चाहिए, एंड दे आर ऑल लाइक हाँ मर्द का तो काम है, थोड़ी बहुत थपड़ें बर्दाश्त करनी चाहिए. सो व्हाट्स योर टेक देन, राइट? Then I mean it's their issue, it's their opinion.
Yes, first of all, again, my basic principle is कि भाई मैं औरत को नहीं बोल सकता कि वो क्या करना चाहिए या क्या पसंद करती है, क्या नहीं पसंद करती. So in here I have a Socratic approach कि भाई फिर इन आंटियों से, इन फुप्पों से सवाल करने वाली बात है कि आप कितने थप्पड़ खाने को तैयार हैं, कितनी मार खानी चाहिए. So when you engage in debate, you have to then ask the questions. I cannot tell a woman, I as a man am not in a position to tell a woman who has internalized misogyny कि आप गलत हैं. You are not allowed to think this. My whole point is कि yes, okay, I have to utilize all the tools I have available to me as somebody who is not misogynistic, who acknowledges and accepts their personhood equality with me, and try to convince them. But to say कि they are not allowed, कि ये आप गलत कह रहे हो, इस तरह नहीं होना चाहिए, उस तरह नहीं होना चाहिए.
तो हमें कोई जेल तो नहीं डाल सकता ना उनको. But I mean, obviously, if even if it's a woman who's saying कि नहीं ठीक है, मर्द तो रेप करेंगे, that opinion is probably coming from some internalized patriarchy or something deeply problematic in our society, which needs to be addressed. Not to say कि no, you need to shut up, you dumb woman. I mean, obviously that's not the response.
But you get what I'm saying, it's finding that balance is essential.
It's hard though. It's hard to have that conversation.
Super hard. मैं तो देखो बहुत सी औरतें जो कि मुझे मेरे पेज पे बुरा बोलती हैं, अटैक करती हैं कि तुम ये कर रहे हो, तुम वो कर रहे हो. I'm like ठीक है, okay, that's fine. पहली बात है, fortunately there are so many incredible women who then engage with those people on the page, and then it's woman to woman. Yeah, this is an internal women's debate where I can contribute and I can encourage women to say to consider their right as human beings. कि भैया आप पे हाथ उठाने का किसी को हक नहीं है, and no matter what. But taking the debate on straight head on as if I am an authority on what a woman should accept and not accept and how she should define her role in the world. यार वो मेरी जगह ही नहीं है. When I as a man मैं ऊपर से आने की कोशिश करता हूँ, then I am engaging in the same behavior that I'm specifically speaking against.
Acha, what do you say to, I don't know if you face that criticism, but अगर कोई इस तरह की बात करे कि you don't even have a right to speak about these issues, then you should pass the mic as a cis shit man. This is not your place to take. So
I absolutely I understand. I actually don't get that, and that I think has to do with the fact that I always defined myself as a human being first. That मैं अपनी मर्दानगी को कोई वावा नहीं कर रहा होता. I don't talk about my religion. I don't talk about my ethnicity or nationality or these things, because I'm like, भाई मैं इंसानी perspective से बात कर रहा हूँ, मैं इंसानों से बात कर रहा हूँ, and I believe all human beings are equal. So I am allowed. Everybody is allowed to express an opinion. The point is where I start saying that, भाई I am the only right one and you guys are all wrong. तो ये मेरा style भी ये है कि अपनी videos में मैं I'm very straightforward and I sound aggressive when I'm speaking, but my debating style is not that.
But वो occupying space वाली बात भी तो आ जाती है ना यार, कि थोड़ी you're occupying space which may not belong to you. कि I mean जिस तरह काफी issues पे मैं चुप ही हो जाता हूँ, because I'm like, हाँ मर्दों ने बहुत साल बहुत ज्यादा बकवास की है. It's time we should shut up and listen also थोड़ा.
So two things. First of all, I'm always speaking to men. मैं मर्दों से मुखातिब हूँ अपनी videos में primarily. Okay, sometimes obviously इधर उधर करना पड़ता है, but primarily I am speaking to men, not women. Secondly, my overall perspective is this: कि look, I am expressing my opinion as an ally. बहुत से लोग कहते हैं we need somebody like you to lead the charge, and so I'm like no. This is not my and it's not because I don't want or I don't feel for it, but it is not my place. My place is as an ally in the sidecar, the person behind this, the truly strong and incredible women who are leading the charge. I am just an ally, nothing more. And I think by maintaining these two principles, I have actually succeeded in not being yelled at or being told to shut up and get out of the debate.
I think a lot of people also don't see what's happening in the background, right? So pre-corona, हर 2 हफ्ते मुझे एक phone आता है, हर 2 हफ्ते. We're doing a conference in feminism. Can you be the keynote speaker? I'm like, why should I be the keynote? मैं मजाक नहीं कर रहा, और जो लोग सुन रहे हैं, जिन्होंने मुझे ये phone calls किए हुए हैं, आप testify कर सकते हैं. At least every 2 weeks. Conference है, you're a speaker, topic है feminism. I'm like, मुझे बुला रहे हो यार, इन लोगों को बुलाओ.
Get a feminist, get a woman, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing a day-long conference on feminism, उस पे कोई panel है, ठीक है, I'll come. But keynote speaker मैं क्यों होऊंगा यार? मतलब दिमाग खराब है तो.
बिल्कुल सही बात है. And I'm really glad, and it really shows that you also as a person understand the position that we men have to take if we believe in this particular fight. You know, there are a lot of somebody just wrote to me yesterday. There is a term, and I'm sure you've gotten that thrown in your face also, simp. You know, like a simp. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm actually not offended by this. I don't mind in this context, in this fight, to be subordinate. In fact, by showing that I have मेरे ego को कोई मसला नहीं है, by being in the passenger seat in this fight, कि भाई मेरी मर्दानगी को कोई attack नहीं हो रहा. I am not feeling like less of a man or less of a father or lesser husband or anything. That this is how I am. My role is not to tell women what to do or how to fight the feminist fight. My role is not to guide them or direct them or anything. My role is to, in fact, support them and show men how to deal with women who are strong, how to accept and live in a world where women are their equal or might even lead them. That is the role that I can play.
Enough people are not talking to men, absolutely. And especially every time I say something, I'm like, I understand. जैसे आपने लम्स डैंक पने की बात की, अब इसमें मुझे बहुत गालियां पड़ी थी. So my take was कि yes, it's terrible. This group is reprehensible. And absolutely women should feel safe on their campus, and the fact that this is happening there makes them feel unsafe, which robs them of the value of their life, right? It weakens them, it diminishes them. I agree 100%. But 600 बंदे, इस ग्रुप में. एडमिन है जो मीम बनाते हैं, जो पॉपुलर मीम्स बना रहे हैं, उनको पनिश करें एब्सोल्युटली. बट पीपल हु आर सजेस्टिंग कि 600 लोगों को लम से निकाल दें, आई वाज लाइक यार वेट अ मिनट, इनमें से कई लोग कहाँ से आ रहे हैं, राइट? लम्स आल्सो हैज एन एनओपी प्रोग्राम, लम्स हैज पीपल फ्रॉम ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड. कोई इंसान अपने घर से आया है जिसको सारी जिंदगी बताया गया है कि औरत अगर घर से बाहर निकले उसका मर्डर कर दो क्योंकि ये तुम्हारा काम है एज मर्द. वो आ गया लम्स, उसने ज्वाइन कर लिया ये ग्रुप, उसको अब आप लम से निकाल दें, what will happen, right? That person will go back into their own world and be like, हाँ ये यही बिल्कुल दुनिया है. So the solution was not, in my opinion, to kick out 600 people. Yes, you can give them जिस तरह community service हो रही है, mandatory sessions कि सब आप attend करें, सीखें, converse करें. और फिर इसमें मुझे काफी गालियां पड़ी थी कि नहीं भाई 600 को निकालना चाहिए, we feel unsafe. I'm like, yeah, but somebody needs to talk to these people as well, right? अगर आप snowball effect चाहते हैं तो ये 600 लोग कल जाएंगे, इनकी families होंगी. So if somehow you can convert 300 of them to be decent human beings, that would be a lot more successful to building a safe space than just punitive punishment. जिस तरह हमने शुरू में भी बात की थी कि punitive punishment से कुछ नहीं होता यार, आपकी एक blood lust दूर हो जाती है कि जी ये इसने बच्चे के साथ जाती है इसको टांग दो. पर कोएड स्कूल की किसी ने बात नहीं करनी, ठीक है? अब यहाँ पर अब इस पे तो मैं बिल्कुल ही कैंसिल हो जाऊंगा. बट इतना मुझे अजीब लगता है जब बच्चों को लोग बुर्का पहनाते हैं. लाइक व्हाई डू यू इवन वांट टू पोजिट देम एज सेक्सुअल ऑब्जेक्ट्स, राइट? इतनी अजीब मीम थी कि किसी ने दिखाया हुआ था कि जब औरत बुर्का पहनती है तो हिजाब पहनती है, तो उसकी प्रेग्नेंट बेली में फीटस ने हिजाब पहना हुआ था. एंड आई एम लाइक कहाँ तक जाएगा? कहाँ तक ये चलता है?
I also get very disturbed by this, and that's because, in my opinion, children should remain children.
Yes.
And they should not be burdened with these expectations of, among other things, being sexualized. This should not be a burden that they have to bear. So,
and a
ye to main bilkul agree karta hu.
Children.
Yeah, recognize exactly, rather than a really short girl, short woman. You know, so it's I agree with that. But what you just said also, कि लम्स के ये 600 लड़कों को लड़कियों को निकालने के बजाय उनको engage करना बड़ा जरूरी है. And this is what I'm saying also with the incels, with all these groups. यार इनको आप गालियां दो, आप इनको demonize करो, इनको punish करो, इनको arrest कराओ वगैरह, ठीक है, लेकिन इनकी तादाद बढ़ेगी, इनके biases confirm होंगे. They will see themselves as martyrs, as somebody who have been unfairly treated in a world that is now being ruled by women, which is not true, but they are able to validate this perception. तो उनको engage करना सबसे जरूरी है. Understand कि यार ये उनकी कमजोरी है, उनकी strength नहीं है. When you accept about these people that they are fundamentally weak, कि इनमें कोई खामी है, इनमें कोई एक डर है, एक खौफ है, एक insecurity है, and you then try to engage with that. बिल्कुल सही बात है, some people are beyond help. But I absolutely believe that the majority can be turned, that the majority can come around to a more decent perception of women and of themselves.
Yeah, and I think जिस तरह अभी हमने भी बात की कि यार कितना ही हम फेमिनिस्ट से एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं एज ए सुपर हीरोज, बट कितना ही बेचारे उनसे इमोशनल लेबर हम एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं. सो I think men also need to start talking to other men. They need to start having this conversation. It can be as simple as कि जो अंकल सारे बैठे होते हैं शादियों में और मजाक उड़ा रहे होते हैं अपनी बीवियों का, just be like यार नहीं, this is not cool, or this joke is not cool. It can be something as simple, आप अपने दोस्तों में बैठे हुए और कोई एक मजाक करता है and you're like wait a minute यार ये गलत बात थी करने वाली.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be like this big, this huge thing. Yeah. I know, for instance, I'm in a couple of WhatsApp groups. And now these are almost, they're all boys from my childhood, ठीक है, from different schools that I went to in Lahore. And ये मैंने देखा कि मैं एक शुरू में I was feeling कि यार मैं बड़ा ही जैसे कहते हैं ना एक बीच में घुस जाता था when they were sharing a certain kind of memes. Yeah. But what has happened now is that we're still friends. अभी भी बड़ी जुगते चल रही होती हैं, अभी भी बड़ा मजाक चल रहा होता है, लेकिन वो चीजें जो कि मेरे मुताबिक was just like overstepping a boundary, वो उन्होंने बंद कर दी. At least उनको एहसास हो गया है कि यार ये ऐਵੇਂ करके this is not acceptable in every context. In fact, maybe it's not acceptable at all. So I believe that you can, by just that incremental change, आहिस्ता आहिस्ता करके बस point out करना कि यार ये जो बात की है ना, इसमें ये मसला है, या ये बात की है इसमें ये मसला है, ये ना किया करो. And I believe the vast majority of men and women, they will understand कि okay, हाँ, okay, yeah, you know what, fair enough. Maybe it's not okay.
even if there are repercussions, right? जिस तरह comedians का एक group था पाकिस्तान में, सारे comedians हैं, तो जुनैद अकरम पे जब आए थे allegations, तो एक comedian ने बोला कि जी मेरी दोस्त थी, was a minor who's involved. So I mean, if you're building a safe space of community of people you trust, as like यार फिर तो as a community we need to come together. I mean, it's quite clear, right? कि sexual harassment की serious allegations हैं. तो you know, as a community we should be like हम नहीं perform करेंगे इनके साथ. बहुत divided ये वो. उसी के साथ एक और केस हुआ कि एक और comedian ने एक और female comedian को sexually harass किया. I was like यार अगर हम इधर stand नहीं ले सकते तो I mean, I don't know. We need to be clear about this. And everybody started attacking me. I was like, okay. I left that group. I mean, I've been a part of the comedy community.
Fortunately, you're still funny, man. So it's okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it hurts, right? It hurts that when I started 2010 mein, nobody was doing it. I mean, I have a lot of friends that I started off with. इनके साथ अब इन्हीं stances की वजह से we don't even talk या issues हो गए हैं. A community that you helped create, that you invested so much time and effort into. I'm not even part of that, man. I've not been part of that group for a year. And अभी कल परसों कुछ दिन पहले एक केस हुआ था where उसी ग्रुप में एक और कमेडियन को सबने मिलकर बुली किया था बॉयज ने. So it's just like भाई एक साल से मैं ये रोना डाल रहा था. Had we just taken that collective step, we could have nipped it in the bud. And now some of those comedians have Twitter profiles against me. पूरी campaign चलती है मेरे खिलाफ, memes बनती हैं, and सालों से हो रहा है. I'm like यार ठीक है, I took a stance for what I believed in. Repercussions होंगे, गालियाँ पड़ेंगी. It just comes with the territory. I think you.
At least you can sleep at night, man. That's an important
no,
thing.
No, I can't, man. I get trolled so much. सारी memes पढ़ के I cry at night. What are you talking about? Sleep?
And it's especially worse when they're actually good. जब अच्छे memes होते हैं and वो सही लगती हैं. And you have to, on one side, accept the professional, from a professional skill-based, you're like, यार बात तो सही की है, लेकिन हाय लगी तो मुझे है.
हाँ, कभी कुछ जलालत होती है, बहुत funny होती है. Just like किसी ने लिखा था कि wow, Shahzad is so funny, it seems like he's the writer for Bulbule. I was like, fuck, ये तो बहुत layered insult की है मेरी. Like, good insult.
Nice. So just one thing I want to get back to. We've talked about how we are supposed to take a stand, how we're supposed to actually talk about all these things and affect the situation. अब एक जो हमारा supreme intellectual है, खलीलुर रहमान कमर, जिसने जो एक उसकी फर्स्ट जो क्लिप जो वायरल गई थी, जिसमें उसने मिसाल दी थी.
कहता हूँ मैं ऐसी औरत जो मर्द अपनी वका, अपनी ज़का, अपनी मुठ उसके हाथ में रख दे और वो मुट्ठी खोल दे, नॉन विमन कहता हूँ मैं ऐसी औरतों को.
Yeah, that was so good. I felt like punching you, man. Really.
If I had a penny for every time somebody said.
नहीं, यार उसने जो बात की थी ना, trying to equate to this poor woman who clearly was like, she was shocked कि बकवास क्या कर रहा था, लेकिन बात उसने यही की थी ना कि यार देखो, if you want equality, why don't you go gang rape? Now this standard, this expectation and this saying कि भाई मर्द करते ही ऐसे हैं, this is what I really, as often as I can, I try to encourage boys कि look, be sensitive, be kind, be non-violent, be accepting. ये जो सारे हमने over time through media, through our discourse and everything, where we have elevated masculinity to be muscles, violence, guns, anger, aggression, sexual aggression, we have to start redefining this aspect of masculinity also. This is like, I really, really look up to those men who show their strength in their peace, who show their passion in their kindness, who express their masculinity in human ways, not in animal ways, at least from my perspective, which I think is an animal way to do it. तो ये जो intellectual ने जो बात की थी, ये तो आज तक मुझे अंदर से आग लग जाती है every time I think about it, because I'm like, man, that's such a lousy thing to say about me.
But he also did that what 13-year-olds do ना, कि भाई उसने एक एंटी फेमिनिस्ट बात की, लोगों ने वाह की, अब वो पागल ही हो गए. कि अब तो मैं सारी एंटी फेमिनिस्ट बात करूंगा, एंड देन ही बिकेम अ हीरो फॉर द मासेस, कि भले बाकी सारी चीजें बाद में जाएं, अब ये हमारे हीरो हैं, कोई ये फेमिनिस्ट को खलील रहमान रॉक्ड, फेमिनिस्ट शॉक्ड, अब ये हीरो है हमारे. एंड देन ही जस्ट वेंट ऑन एंड ऑन एंड ऑन, आई थिंक to the extent that he called Adnan Malik, and it's a gender slur, but because he said it, I'm just saying it. He called Adnan Malik a hijra, and I'm like, yaar, matlab, ab tum, now you just are like, ye mera base hai, this is what they will respond to, ab main yahi bolunga.
Yeah. And to be honest, Adnan Malik may be pretty, but he's huge and manly. Even in conventional ways, man.
Adnan Malik is the most beautiful man in this country, bar none. Adnan Malik is like a Greek god.
I'll admit it too, man.
Yeah, it looks a lot like Gerard Piqué. I don't know if you watch football, but Adnan Malik.
Yes.
And he's also a beautiful human being. Adnan, if you're listening, please come on the podcast. I love Adnan. He's a great guy. Great guy. Yeah.
No, man. I mean, I was really sad about the fact that there were so many people who जो कि इस नमूने की वाह कर रहे थे. That is the thing that we have to address, because one thing is talking about what women are or what women should be or how women should dress, and what we don't talk about enough is how men should be. And we just assume that how to be a man has been defined और इसी तरह होना है, and ये क्योंकि men act naturally, यानी कि हम naturally aggressive हैं, हम naturally predatory हैं, हम so this is rather than accepting that these are also socially constructed norms. तो इन चीजों पे हम इतनी discussion नहीं करते जितनी कि हमें करनी चाहिए. I think that this is an entire topic that needs to be opened up about masculinity, that we as men need to have debate on what it consists, what being a man consists of, what masculinity really is.
Yeah, and even when we talk about toxic masculinity, a lot of people assume masculinity is toxic. No, there are certain traits of masculinity which are toxic, which need to be readdressed, and they're hurtful not only to women but also to men, right? अगर gender roles हैं, तो वो मर्दों के लिए भी hurtful है. कि जी अगर मुझे रोना आ रहा है, and I'm taught not to cry, and I'm emotionally stunted as a result of that, it hurts me as a human being. So वो हर masculinity toxic नहीं है. एक जिस तरह हम मैस्कुलिनिटी डिफाइन कर रहे हैं अक्सर सोसाइटी में पेट्रियार्कल तरीके से, वो टॉक्सिक है और उसको रीडेफिनेशन की जरूरत है और बच्चों से गुफ्तगू करने की जरूरत है.
एक्चुअली यही बात जो at some point somebody was saying कि don't you find it offensive, this term toxic masculinity? And I was like, actually I am so thrilled that now we have added this adjective. Because now being a sexual predator, being aggressive, violent, and everything is not masculine. It's a toxic masculinity. So adding this word is actually allowing somebody like me to redefine what masculinity is.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, listen, I'm dying. My phone is dying.
Okay.
I'll have to see you soon.
All right. Thanks a lot for joining us. Thanks everybody for listening. Sorry about the rushed end to this podcast. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.